Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Real Hawk Talk, a post-game victory edition as the Seahawks dispatch with the Tennessee Titans here in Nashville. 30-24, go to 8-3 on the year. And Evan Hill, you were here as well as a bunch of the other guys from the crew. How you doing, man? What did you make of that game?
Man, I'm doing so well. I'm a little sunburnt though, if I'm honest with you.
Really?
So we made a catastrophic calculation. I made a catastrophic calculation. We were on the home side, and yes, I live in Arizona, so I'm used to the heat. But that sun was pounding on us, so I got a little red in the cheeks. But we were surrounded by Seahawks fans. It was a super fun game. We were a little nervous in the first quarter, but Nashville's they've been such a great host for this game, and I'm just I think Titan fans were awesome. I was impressed with what I saw from Cam Ward today. JSN was insane, but yeah, we Brian, you were in the press box, obviously doing your thing, but we had so many people coming up to us being like huge fans of the show, like
Really,
guys. Oh my God, it was so freaking cool. It's it feels weird, but it's really really cool. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen more Seahawks fans at a road game than I saw today. Like, I legitimately think there might have been more Seahawks fans here than Titans fans. And like you're in Arizona, we've seen plenty of games where there's a ton of Seahawks fans. This felt different to me. Did it feel different to you?
It felt like a home game in Seattle, frankly. Like I didn't see too many Titans fans. I think they're focused on Vanderbilt football right now, frankly.
Yeah. Oh, it's tough. I mean, when you got now as a 1-10 football team, I kept trying to tell people that this is a sneaky team. Like they've made it really hard on a lot of other teams, including the Rams and the Colts and other teams as well. And it seemed like at the start with that drive, when they went 15 plays, took 9 minutes off the clock, you know, they end up with a field goal. I'm like, and then the Seahawks aren't exactly clicking. It felt like it just felt tough all day. Nothing felt super easy.
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter had us really, really concerned. I think. I mean, I think people were panicking about the defense in the first quarter, frankly, and. I mean, this offense, it's been frustrating at times, but Sam Darnold is somebody I was watching super closely today. I wanted to see how he responded to that nightmare game in Los Angeles last weekend. And I was mostly, I think, happy / content with how he played today. But there were a couple of throws where I was still a little concerned about.
Yeah, which ones? What stood out to you on that?
Yeah, I think it was in the second quarter, I want to say. There was a red zone late rollout to the left, I want to say.
Yep, right over there.
Yeah, who was he targeting? Because that was on
AJ Barner.
Okay.
AJ Barner,
okay.
Yeah.
So he was open for a split second, it seemed like, but it seemed like Darnold was late to the throw. And, it shot up in the air and probably should have been an interception, frankly. And then there was one other throw where he threw it downfield to the right, going the opposite direction. I forget which quarter that was in.
That was the third quarter. It might have been the fourth, but I think it was the third quarter. And he, again, there was pressure. He was about to get sacked, and he just threw it up. And I think he didn't see the other player. I think he thought his guy was coming open, and he threw it basically directly to the Titans player, who made maybe the worst attempt at a catch I've seen in a while. That was rough. But yeah, those are the two that stood out to me too, because the red zone one, I was sitting there in the press box saying, just run it. You've got the edge. Like, there's no one there. Even if he was going to get tackled before the goal line, he was going to get very near and put them in a position to, probably be able to punch it in from there. And he tries to gun it into AJ Barner, and It's nitpicking a little bit. We honestly have to be like acknowledge it's nitpicking. If we hadn't just had a game where he had 4 picks, I'm not sure we'd be like as focused on those.
Sure.
But I think you and I are both looking for evidence that this guy's not going to do that. And when you're in a game where you're in control and you're clearly the better team, it should give you even more ability to play it safe. And those 2 plays were like not great. Those weren't great. I didn't think the one in the end zone was terrible. The one that should have been picked off was really bad, man. Like that was a losing play.
Yeah, I mean, it's a. I'm still kind of struggling how to process some of that, frankly. I think I'm zooming out from it for a second and like reminding myself, although I expected to win comfortably today, like this league is a Sunday by Sunday sort of process, and any given Sunday, any football team can beat you. We've seen that happen before with the Giants and a couple of other teams, last year. So the Titans. I mean, how do you think Cam Ward played? I want to hear what your take was from the press box.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the general perspective is going to be Cam Ward played a really good game, and he played better against Seahawks defense than a lot of other quarterbacks. I thought Cam Ward, like that was my initial impression, but as I kind of went back and through the plays, Evan, like 98% of them were off script, off schedule, him running, like throwing against his body, scrambling. Like there weren't a lot of like in structure, hitting the back of his drop and delivering the ball on time to an open receiver.
Yeah.
So I know that like from a highlight and from a like watching the game perspective, it's gonna be like, hey, he made a lot of big plays, and he did. And I think that's good for him and good for the Titans. I don't know how much I'd take from that though. Like Caleb Williams has made a lot of off-schedule plays in his past, and now maybe he's getting better at on-schedule. But ultimately, I think you've got to have a mix of both. And so I didn't think the game was quite as impressive as maybe folks are implying, but he was impossible to get down. That's the thing that like
he was so slippery.
He was very slippery. Yeah.
It felt like there should have been like 6 or 7 sacks on him today, but he was able to escape them. And he made a couple of throws, frankly, that were dangerous, like across the body, like falling out of bounds, right? But I think you got to be encouraged. Like if you're a Titans fan, like I think you may have a guy there. So,
I mean, that was always my thought with Cam Ward. I thought it was crazy leading up to this game, seeing Titans fans say that they've got a bust.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought he played better. And I think I said this on the show last night. We did the Real Hawk Talk Live. I thought he played better against that Texans defense last week than the Bills did.
Mm-hmm.
Like than Josh Allen did. And I think that, take that for what it's worth, but I think he's improving. And the thing I will give him the most credit for today, Evan, he had no receivers to work with. I mean, yeah. So there's that. I thought Chim DK, sorry, I always mispronounced that last name. Great punt return. I hate that counts against the defense's points allowed, but in some ways this was kind of a 30-17 game. And then you get the special teams touchdown, but he didn't have anyone to throw to. So I thought he was
Real quick, we do have a big super chat since you asked me to share this on the screen. Is it so Daniel something? I don't know if that's USD. I don't know what SEK.
It's not USD. It's a different country's currency, but it's fine. I can't read it, so you let me know what it says.
Yeah, he says, is it just me, or was the only good thing about this game that we got the dub? It felt like the worst game of the season in all 3 phases of the game. I don't agree with that. Do you think I'm just frustrated or kind of right?
You know what, Evan? How many times have we talked about how expectations color your reaction to a game, right? I think, do you feel like every Seahawks fan you talk to, and maybe even including some of the folks in our crew, expected this to be another blowout?
Absolutely. I mean, I predicted a blowout. Like in our live show a couple of nights ago. I think people are being a little too hard on the defense though. Like, let's not forget that 7 of those points were special teams given up, and I thought they were fine most of the day, frankly. Yeah. Do you have a different take?
No, I think that's right. And I also would say this is a defense that has already been playing without Julian Love and Ernest Jones. And those are 2 really, really crucial players who we never thought this defense could play without, let alone both of them. And then you add in Ty Okada getting injured. So now D'Anthony Bell's playing. You don't have Tyrese Knight. So you're down to a practice squad, Patrick O'Connell and Drake Thomas at linebacker. And then Chaz Surratt gets injured. So the only backup linebacker they had left was Jamie Sheriff. I mean, it was really thin, and D'Anthony Bell is playing safety. This is like a lot of guys that you did not expect to play, and they're rotating in and out. It's hard. It's hard to have, there weren't a lot of like super big coverage breaks. For the most part, it was a lot of hero ball from Cam Ward. So this wasn't like the Bucks game, right? Where it was like, oh, coverage bust after coverage bust. This defense can't miss players. This just felt like pretty good defense, especially with backups, and then Cam Ward doing some hero stuff. So I don't feel that negatively about the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the defense overall had like a really positive day. I wish they could have cleaned up some sacks with Cam, but so be it. I'm trying to think. Jason Myers had a good day. We joke about it, but I mean,
he did. He made all his kicks. No, I think that's right. I think we have another super chat if you want to put that one up there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, hold up. So scrolling up.
Oh, if you go to the starred tab, it has all the super chats in there.
I got you. Okay, so this guy says, feels like we let off the gas a little bit in this one, and I hope we don't have to rely on another strength of victory tiebreaker this year. Are you guys concerned about that at all?
So yeah, this is like the fact that it's a closer game actually hurts the Seahawks in terms of like point differential against common opponents and stuff like that. Evan, I still feel the same way I did when we talked the last time about this. Seahawks just got to win their games, and if they don't win the division, that'll suck. But you know what? Like, it's so much more important that they win every game the rest of the year, and then go do it in the playoffs. So, I'm not going to be worried about this game. I think it's going to be like the 49ers game and the Rams game. Those are 2 that are going to be tough to swallow coming into the year.
And there's a big one tonight between Rams and Bucks on Sunday Night Football.
I hope it's a big one, man. And I feel like the Rams are just going to roll and it's going to suck.
Am I embarrassed? Like, is it embarrassing to say that like I was almost looking forward towards that game more than I was the Titans game today? Like,
yeah. What was your game day experience like in Nashville? Like, how did your pregame? And I know you're ailing a little bit, so you probably didn't get to go quite as crazy as normal. But how'd you feel about your experience?
Yeah, no, I liked the breakfast we had. We all met up for breakfast. We had some mimosas, some good coffee. The walk across the river, like on that like thing that like
the bridge,
right?
That's what they're called. Yeah.
It was actually gorgeous though. We had a sunny day today for folks who were not able to be in Nashville. It was a gorgeous walk across the river. The whole scenery. We had a beautiful sunny day. Like it was really enjoyable. We got blasted by the sun. Prices in the stadium were not like as bad as I anticipated, frankly. So that was nice to experience. Yeah, I will say this: the stadium wasn't as full as I thought it would be. Like there were a lot of empty seats, man.
I mean, it's a 1-9 team, man.
No, but like tickets are also like $10.
Yeah,
they're basically free. So I would be back. I would come back here in a hot second. Nashville,
absolutely, like, absolutely. Dude, we've gone like 15 minutes and we haven't mentioned JSN. Oh JSN breaks the franchise record for single season receiving yards from DK Metcalf, and he does it in the 11th game of the season, dude.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to what you saw from JSN today?
It's kind of messed up, but I'm just expecting it at this point. Like
Right?
it's kind of just assumed. And I was sitting next to. This brings up a really interesting comment I want to make. I was sitting next to Josh Cashman, Keeble Thanos at the game, and he turned to me and he was like, when was the last time we have experienced a level of dominance, I think, from any position from a Seahawk player, in relation to what we were seeing from JSN today? And the only answer I could remotely think of in terms of like utter week over week consistency, all pro level dominance, it was Sherman in his prime.
Mm.
That was the only one I could think of. Totally different position, obviously, different side of the football. But what JSN is doing is nothing short of miraculous. He's a demon on the football team or on the football field. He is insane at creating separation, and his contested catch ability is really impressive, particularly on that first 60
Yeah.
yard reception where he gives like the slightest little push off at the last possible second.
Yeah.
And then slips the tackle. It's just he's so impressive, and I'm waiting for the final number to come out from the game because I want to calculate to know like what he needs to do per game to break the receiving yard record for the following 6 games. So
I'll get that to you. It's not going to be hard to calculate, but I'll say this. I got to admit something to you.
Yeah,
On that first catch, like Darnold put it up, and I'm like, oh, I literally said out loud, he doesn't see it. JSN doesn't see it. I just expected the ball to fall harmlessly and be one of those where JSN's like looking as the ball falls down. And it catches it perfectly, breaks the tackle, and takes it the rest of the way. And I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. And his post game, I asked him about. So I've been meaning to talk about it, and I keep forgetting. But in the Cardinals win, the first touchdown, that 43-yarder on the first possession, he literally, like, nobody talked about it, but he slowed down on that play. It made it look like a perfect pass from Sam Darnold. It was actually underthrown. He slowed down and he like got broad, and he just, like anyone that's played basketball, he just boxed out the defender. And it's like, he is so savvy that he knows where it's going to be. He down throttles. So he did it again in this game multiple times where he just screened off the defender. So I asked him about that in the post-game press conference, and he smiled like, oh, you noticed that? And he's like, yeah, I just started doing that. And honestly, when the ball's in the air, a lot of defensive backs freak out. I feel their bodies tense up, and I'm just a better ball tracker than a lot of defensive backs. It was awesome.
Wait,
And
he said that in the press conference today?
yes, he did. And so, I mean, I feel like he does every freaking thing right. Like, he is the standard. That should be his nickname, man. He's like the standard. Like, he does, whether it's quotes, teammates, putting people first, running routes, pass blocking, run blocking, like short routes, medium routes. It's crazy.
Let me ask you right now, on the record, Jamar Chase is paid $40.25 million a year. He signed a $161 million deal. $110 guaranteed. He's the highest paid receiver in football. Do you have any qualms about giving JSN like $42 million a year like tomorrow?
Oh, I mean, you can't underpay the best player at the position in the league.
Yeah.
You can't let your best talent go. You can't let literally like one of the most historically great receivers at this point, like with what he's doing, go anywhere else. And so, yes, you have to pay the market rate. And that's the quote downside. But how amazing is it that we're talking about a receiver that legitimately should be considered for the highest paid player at his position? That's what blue chips are, man.
Yeah, so it comes out, it sounds like, I don't know if this is accurate, but somebody's saying it's 109 yards per game for the remaining 6 games will set the record.
Okay. Well, he's averaging more than that now.
It's possible. It's definitely doable. I want him to hold that title so bad. It's weird, but I really want him to.
I want him to do it in 16 games. That's who I want him to, like, apples for apples,
sure,
apples to apples, beat Calvin Johnson's record in the same amount of games. I don't think it's crazy.
I mean, there's going to be some competitive games remaining on the schedule, right? Like, so I'm not. I mean, do you think JSN's like consciously thinking about this, or is that a dumb question? Like,
He's definitely thinking about it, but like he doesn't play like he doesn't yell at his quarterback for not hitting him. I don't sense any press. Like it all just comes so easily to him, man. That's part of what's so amazing is everyone's trying their absolute hardest, and he looks like he is just out there having fun and like absolutely slaying everybody across the path from him. It's wild. It's wild. How did you feel about Gray Zabel suiting up today? Were you a little nervous about him playing in this game?
I was so nervous about it, and Josh again, hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Oh, the guy that got off. Oh, is that Jeff? What's up, Jeff?
Josh Cashman should never be able to order an Uber again.
What did he do?
Oh, no. What are you doing this time?
We were stuck for 40 minutes.
Yeah, where have you guys been?
We just got back.
I got back like 30 minutes ago, clearly.
I snuck in. I know you locked the door.
We're talking about JSN and Gray Zabel, man. We got to get a JSN comment. We got to get a JSN comment from the number one JSN fan.
He was so good. We had a view where we can exactly see where Darnold was seeing on that deep pass. And from our angle, we just saw it like come over the top and him catch it. It was unreal. To see him do that live in a game where like they couldn't do anything all day was so cool.
Evan, did we get any new Jeff picks that we should know about from game reactions?
Jeff felt pity for Titans fans. He was remarkably respectful.
It was sad. Dude, like you couldn't even say anything.
Jeff was
like I tried at one point to like rip Cody Barton. I looked around and like no one was even paying attention. All these people from Canada, Seahawks fans in our section for whatever reason.
Titans fans. Yeah. We didn't really even have many Titan fans like in our entire section at all.
No,
I couldn't find any around me.
Well, you guys were barely in the stadium. Like I
can I tell you something? Those fucking cannons, bro. They went off like 6 or 7 random ass moments, like not even after scores. And I it was like they were shockingly loud next to us. And like there was like 2 moments where I like dropped my phone and everybody around me was in equal shock when they were so loud. Maybe I'm getting old. But
well, you are. But so you were talking about Gray Zabel before. Like we'll have a couple more things. We'll wrap. But I admit, like I talked to him in the locker room afterwards. I'm like, this is the first time he'd have an injury like that. It was a concern for him. But then Mike McDonald said that Gray Zabel wanted to go against this front. And then Gray Zabel said, going against Jeffrey Simmons, this was a game he had circled before the season. He wanted to go against this guy.
Yeah.
How fucking awesome is it to have a guy that's that competitive as a rookie and he wants to go against the best? Like that is such a great sign, man.
He's a stud. I think back to that conversation he had with Calais Campbell in the Arizona game, where if you haven't seen the interaction, some NFL media group published it. I forget who, but Calais was ribbing him a little bit, and Zabel gives it back to him, but he also asked him for like some coaching. He's like, how would you have gotten me? Like, what should I do different? You know what I mean? He's just a stud. He's got like an equal, I feel like a really compatible balance between like confidence, but also humility. And I think to play that position really well, you have to have both. So I love him. He's a stud.
All right. So any other storylines from this game that we haven't talked about? Derek Hall getting his first sack of the season, almost had a pick six. Byron Murphy gets another sack. Mm-hmm. Anything else that kind of caught your attention in this game?
Did Byron Murphy get one?
He did.
Oh,
he did. I think he's up to 7, but I haven't double checked. It's either 6 or 7.
Whew, I did not know that. Actually, walk me through something. So I was grabbing a pretzel during the second JSN long reception. I think it was the start of the third quarter.
Yes.
Maybe?
Yep.
What happened there? What happened?
Well, so they came out in under center. I think it was with Robbie Oots as like a fullback in there. And so it looked like one of their run plays. They run play action out of it, and Darnold lost it down there to JSN. It was actually a really funny play. Like, I want you to see it if you haven't, because after JSN caught it, he was trying to break free, and like he did this little like dance with the defensive back who was holding on for dear life. And JSN was like backpedaling toward the end zone, and finally the guy was able to get him out of bounds. But I mean, I look at this, Evan, and I'm like, JSN's the best deep threat in the NFL. That's so weird. I still can't get over that. Like, he's the best deep threat in the NFL.
It's really funny looking back on all of our conversations collectively across the fan base and being so concerned about his ability to thrive without DK or another receiver, drawing the attention or the ire of top DBs and living in DK's shadow. And look at him surpassing DK's record in 11 games. It's just crazy.
How nice is it that for him to be a record holder? Like, nothing against DK, but like, as far as like a standard bearer for this organization, I'm so much happier having JSN be a guy with his name in the record books.
Without question. He's a very likable guy. Like, he's in terms, we were talking about it this weekend, in terms of like receiver personalities. I know he's coming out a little bit of his shell this season, but on the humility scale of like receiver divas, he still feels like very, very in check ego-wise, I guess.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, unless you have anything else, Ken Walker did get some more carries today. Had some pretty big runs and some good receptions out of the backfield. How did you feel? Like, there was also like, it couldn't just like lean on the run. It still wasn't reliably there. How did you feel about Ken Walker? How did you feel about the run game?
It felt like K9 was super productive whenever he got a touch. I was impressed with Charbonnet, though. I will say this.
Yeah.
With the couple of runs he had, he was shiftier than I anticipated in the limited opportunities he got. I don't know when George Holani got hurt, by the way. Like, when did that
Must have been special teams. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Okay. But I if I'm honest with you, like, I don't feel like I have any further clarity about the running back position. I'm still used to this like sporadic stuff where it's like, okay, who's going to be the hot hand this week? Like, who's going to be reliable? And I mean, I'm obviously happy they both had great days today, but I don't feel any more confident in knowing who's going to be the guy next week, if I'm honest.
Yeah, one last thing I want to say, and then we can wrap. So back to Sam Darnold, something that I noticed in this game that I think is a good sign, at least. We talked about the 2 turnover plays we didn't like, or potential turnover plays. So weeks ago, after the Texans game, we talked. I asked him about, like, what's the situation? How do you change like the strip sack touchdown? He's like, well, I got to know the situation. I got to know where we are, make a better decision. Next game, very similar situation. He does make a different decision. That was good. This game, both he and Clint Kubiak talked this week about their takeaway from the Rams game is he needs to go through his progressions and not get stuck on one player. There was at least 3, 4, 5 times. I think it was at least 3. I know it was at least 3 times where I saw him go through his progressions and hit the check down, hit Kenneth Walker in the flat, hit AJ Barner underneath. And there was yards there. It was like, thank you. Do that. You don't need to force the ball down the field. Yeah. And I'm hoping that he got the right reinforcement from that, because honestly, Evan, I think that is a big part of how he avoids some of these bad decisions that we've seen him make the last few weeks.
100%. I mean, the process is critical here. I think there's going to be no shortage of really high profile, high stakes, like, I think divisional leaning sort of games here in the next 6 games. And I think my comfort level with Darnold entering the playoffs, assuming we get a playoff spot, is going to depend on his ability to settle for checkdowns and settle for the safe play. And by the way, be willing to take a sack which he did
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
He did it on a 4th and short, which it sucked,
Yeah.
but like I was like, you know what? Okay, better than like a pick 6 or something.
Exactly. Exactly.
And by the way, a 1 possession difference would have made this game a little trickier today.
It would have. It would have.
So,
All right. Can you check to see if there's any more super chats before we wrap?
There's no more. I think we're good.
We're good. All right, man. Well, I will see you later tonight. We'll watch that Rams game together. Until then, everybody have a great rest of your day. I'm Brian Nemhauser. That was Evan Hill. This has been another Real Hawk Talk post-game show.